Today, we are diving deep into a really fascinating concept from ancient Indian wisdom. It's this idea of a universal language, but not one made of words. We're talking about a language of pure harmony.
So let's start with a wild question. What if there was a single primordial world language? According to our source material, this wasn't a language you could speak, not at all. It was something you felt, a language of nature, of pure vibration that connected absolutely everything in existence.
And, this wasn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The texts explain that ancient sages, like the famous Thirumalar, they didn't just know about this language, they knew how to use it, how to align themselves with the very fabric of the universe. And that's the foundation for what we're going to explore today. And that core concept is called Vasyam. Now, I know when you hear that word, your mind might jump to ideas of magic or mysticism, right? But we're going to sort of redefine that. This isn't about control. It's about something way, way deeper. So what is Vasyam, really? At its heart, it's the principle of attraction and harmony. It's the art of coming into perfect alignment, into resonance, with a person, a force of nature, or even a goal you're trying to reach. Think of it less like giving a command and more like tuning an old radio dial until you hit that perfectly clear station. That's the feeling.
Okay, so the source makes a really critical distinction here. It lays out two completely different paths to achieve this state of harmony. On one side, you've got the karma margam, the path of action. This one uses external things, rituals, and it can get a little risky with potential negative consequences. But our focus is on the other path, the Jnana Margam, the path of wisdom. This is seen as the higher, safer path because it's all about internal alignment and genuine spiritual growth.
And this idea of creating harmony, it isn't just for one or two things. The source actually breaks it down into 7 different arenas where Vasyam can be applied. I mean, look at this. It goes from universal harmony with the entire world right down to harmony with our bosses, our relationships, even resolving conflicts and connecting with the divine. It covers the whole spectrum of life. So you might be wondering, okay, that's the what, but what about the how? How do you actually do this? How do you tune in? Well, the first method we're going to look at is sound, using specific primal sounds that are said to act like vibrational keys. It's this really fascinating idea that these specific sounds or mantras, they're like tuning forks for reality. For example, chanting Om is believed to align you with universal harmony. The sound Oo, that's for creating harmony with superiors or authority figures. Then you have Shri and Shreem for masculine and feminine harmony. It's a whole system where each vibration is thought to create a very specific kind of alignment. But it's not just about what you say or chant. There's another layer to this, something much quieter, a silent, physical language that's said to be even older than spoken words. This is the language of mudras, very specific hand gestures. The idea here is pretty mind-blowing. Think about it. Before we even had complex spoken languages, this wisdom suggests that we used a kind of sign language, not just to talk to each other, but to communicate our intentions directly to the universe itself. These gestures were a way to shape and direct energy, a powerful tool that, according to the source, has been pretty much forgotten. All right, let's look at a practical example for creating harmony with prosperity. This is the Lakshmi Mudra. You spread your hands open, palms toward you, join the tips of your pinkies, then fold the other 3 fingers on both hands inward. By holding your hands just like this, the belief is that you're creating a kind of energetic circuit for abundance. But then, the source goes even deeper. It shares something that it claims has been passed down through a very specific lineage and isn't widely known at all. It presents a mudra that's considered a kind of hidden key. And this is it, the Varahi Mudra. It's very precise. You extend your left thumb, then your right index finger, and place the index finger over the thumb. Then you close up the rest of your fingers and tuck your right thumb inside that fist. According to the source, this specific, unique hand position is an incredibly powerful gesture for invoking a particular divine energy, and its knowledge is passed down very carefully. Okay, so we've got sounds, we've got hand gestures, but what's the point of it all? What's the big takeaway here? Well, it brings us right back to the core philosophy of Vasyam. It's not about attracting things to you, it's about becoming one with them. It really all boils down to this incredible shift in perspective. You don't control the world from the outside looking in. Instead, you actually become the very thing you're focusing on. Your thoughts, your words, your vibrations, they don't just describe your reality, they literally become your reality. So the real goal here isn't to get something, it's to lose something, that feeling of being separate. It's all a practice of unity, where your personal vibration starts to merge with the universal vibration until there's just no difference. You and your goal, whatever it is, you become a single resonant frequency. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? In our modern world, which is just full of so much noise, so many competing signals, it's worth taking a moment to ask yourself, what frequency are you broadcasting?